Alright, so this is the CUSA Clarity. We use this a lot in neurosurgery and general surgery. So you'll get the handpiece inside this pan along with this base unit. The tip, the nose cone, the wire, and the flute will all come together in its own separate disposable pack, along with the CUSA wrench, which secures the tip onto the handpiece itself. You want to hand tighten this on the field. There's two little flat parts where you want to secure it. It'll fit in like that. You want to make sure that it's always down on the table itself, and red always goes to red. So you slip this over. 2 clicks always, no more, no less. That comes off. Once that's done, you want to make sure you take the nose cone. You want to make sure you line up the dots and turn it to the right so it locks. The flute goes over that. And then in this tubing, you want to make sure you secure this to the back of this handpiece itself. Line this up, and then the lure lock gets locked in here. And then there's clips that run down here, so you just want to make sure you secure all those as well. So while your scrub tech is assembling that, the nursing portion will be over here. So when the nurse is going to hook this up, you're going to find your contamination guard here. This is not disposable. We reuse it up to 6 months. So do not throw those away, and they're also on demand flow if you wanted to find them. The handpiece will just get secured into the red dots. And then your cassette is here, and then you always want to make sure that you plug in your tubing down to the CUSA trap as well. And the CUSA trap contents can be passed out at the very end of the case in a specimen cup, or however you want to send it off is fine. Because that gets locked into here in these 2 grooves. That gets pulled down. You want to make sure none of your tubing is pinched. This gets pushed down like that, and there's a step-by-step. You want to make sure that your foot piece, your hand piece, and your cartridge has check marks. And then you want to start the priming process. So once water's coming out, you know that you're good. The nurse would hit stop prime, and then at this point you'd want to make sure that the CUSA tip was not touching anything on the Mayo stand. The tip will get hot. It's making sure that everything's going through its process. And then after that's all done and completed, you go back to your main screen. And for neurosurgery, we make sure that there's 3s across the board. If your surgeon wants to change the tissue select at all, then you could go up or down anywhere from 0 to 4, but typically we just leave it alone. If you want to go back to the main screen itself, when you hit set up standby, at that point, if you do go back to that screen, you always want to make sure you run through the test again to make sure that everything's working. And yeah, that's it.